Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Baker. We've had breaking news from Ohio State today as Ted Carter has resigned as president. This following an inappropriate relationship with a woman that was seeking public money for her business. A transition plan will be released later this week. The Columbus Blue Jackets with a rare Monday afternoon game, 4 p.m. start over at Nationwide as they host the Los Angeles Kings. This one a makeup from the January 26th game that was postponed due to the snowstorm. Dante Fabro is expected to return to the lineup on defense. Jet Greaves gets the start in goal. Legal tampering in the NFL began an hour ago. The Kansas City Chiefs have been busy. They're signing running back Kenneth Walker III, and Travis Kelce will be returning for a 14th season. Former Buckeye Draymond Jones signing a 3-year deal with the New England Patriots. This one's sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union, voted Best Credit Union for the past 8 years by CBUS Top Picks. Visit BMIFCU.org to learn more.
It's time to add some spice to your nooner. Nooner funny. This is the place where big-time guests, bold opinions, and little cute doggies come together. This is Rothman Ice.
Sponsored by Pella Columbus, the #1 rated windows and doors in Columbus.
All right, big week. Welcome back. Little 3-hour show in a 2-hour wet paper bag. We are Rothman Ice. Anthony Rothman, Matty Ice Hayes, and the Loose Cannon Boys. Good to see you.
What up, what up? It is good to see you as well, big dog. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. I think we need to do a handwritten thank you note to Jake and the boys for potentially knocking us off the air Thursday at noon. We'll see. I don't think that's official for us yet.
I think I saw it on the company-wide email. I think there was an email that went out from the schedulers around here that said
I know when the game is.
Thursday, it's stamped, and maybe even Friday.
No, I know when the game is, Matty. I just don't know whether we've been officially
off the schedule.
That's what I was saying.
I see what you're saying.
Forget about the basketball.
Let's keep it hush-hush around here, okay? Let's keep it hush-hush around here. We shall see. But no, a good weekend for Buckeye basketball, obviously, and big congrats, obviously, to Bruce Thornton, man. So a lot to get into today. Fun stuff happening in the world of sports as we speak. AR conference tournaments popping off this week. World Baseball Classic's been fun for me to watch. Free agency in the NFL is off the chain right now and always energetic. Some things happening there. So, yeah, life is good right now if you're a sports fan.
Yes, free agent tracker is underway in the NFL. We'll keep you up to date on that. We'll have our boy Adam King in here, I believe, from 10 TV, bottom of the hour. Ian Fitzsimmons will join at 2:30, and we'll get into the expectations of this basketball team and then a little bit of shockwave over there at Ohio State today with the resignation of a Prez. So let's at least give Bruce his due, because we kind of knew this was happening. We'd done the math on this a few weeks ago. This was the prediction. He would do it in the final game at home. It happens, and Hop is there to hand the ball over and pass the torch, which is very cool. And me being old school, I kind of defend it. And we had Hop on to end the show on Friday if you missed it. It was so great to have him jump on. He held the record for almost 40 years. And in my old school defense of this, which I'll do it again, and maybe Bruce will be doing this 30, 40 years from now in the same way. When I played, and I think that for Hop, he played in an era, and I've thought a couple things about this. One, the three-point line didn't go until late in his career. Okay. So he didn't have that. And then the other thing that I did not mention to you on Friday, which I was thinking about over the weekend, was the fact that Hop played most of his career at Ohio State in a non-shot clock era. And I remember just the four corners and the Dean Smith and squeezing the life out of the basketball. And
so entertaining.
It was awful. And I didn't ask Hop this on Friday, but the amount of possessions that probably a Buckeye team of this era gets, and his era, I can't imagine they were even in the same neighborhood. And Hop did it in fewer games, and he got to 2096, and to have him there to pass the torch was great. Now, on to Bruce. He has been just a rock for this program. And to get it we didn't even talk about this on Friday, and I guess because it didn't matter. But after seeing how he got it, I'm surprised we didn't talk about it on Friday. Like, you don't want him to get it at the free throw line.
No.
You just don't. He gets a rise-up twine ripper three.
That's how you want a little step-back three ball. Like, that was beautiful. And then I thought maybe even that half-court heave was going to go in right before they go into the locker room, too, because he got a pretty clean look there. So, yes, as you said, I think all of us felt good about him checking that box going into the game, only needing a dozen points to bring that record home. And so whenever you can accomplish anything in life and you're at the top of the mountain in any category, it's obviously a tremendous honor. And this dude from start to finish, and I know his career isn't over yet, but just as far as the regular season goes and what we've seen from him out of the gate until what we saw from him against Indiana this weekend has been a pro's pro at the college level. And this guy, you know what you're getting more times than not. And that's what makes really good players. Is consistency, and that's what he's been. His number has been called upon so much, and he has answered the call and then some time and time and time again. So congrats to him. A guy from Georgia comes in to the state of Ohio, and he will leave as the all-time leading scorer at a prestigious program. That brand, Ohio State, is as strong as any brand in college athletics, no matter what sport we're talking about. But football and basketball, we know, move the needle for a lot of people. So he's obviously very proud of that. And now, AR, I'm sure he's even hungry to continue this success along with his teammates. So he had a great individual moment, and the team themselves had a really, really good day and now have some momentum going into tournament play after winning 3 games in a row.
Yeah, listen, the tournament is in play now. They should be cemented as probably a 9 or a 10 seed at worst if they were to lose on Thursday. So they're in everybody's mind, they are in.
Yep.
Now it's about, and that's what it was about for this year, about getting in. Yeah. I really do believe that. Now, I'm sitting here saying that knowing that if they get in and lose in the first round, it's not going to feel very good. It won't. Now, we'll have to then put it all in a capsule, and there's no reason to fast forward your mind there because you don't really know how they're going to play or who they're going to play. So you don't know if it's a good matchup, bad matchup, or whatever, but it feels like the momentum they have is more important than anything right now. And I think that the Purdue, however good Purdue is, and I don't know whether they were an 8th-ranked team in the country, but it didn't matter because they had an 8 in front of their name, and it got Ohio State to play with a lot of fire. And when you beat a team like that, then with a brand like that in Purdue basketball, then I think it just launched you into just a really good mindset. Mm-hmm. The Indiana game was interesting to me in that I thought Indiana would be a little more competitive than they were, but I'll give Ohio State credit for taking them out of it early. And it was going to be a chase game for Indiana from the start, and that's what you wanted. And so Amari Bynum, who we talked about before the season, he was not a household name. Nobody really truly knew about him. The hardcore fan did. They knew that he was around. And I remember when we went to the summer workout and took the show there, that we thought, okay, this guy's going to be a difference maker. And the most important part about it is, if you're going to be a difference maker when it counts. And he has been, especially this late. When you get into March, this is how you want to be playing. You got to take the good with the bad because he's a young player. Yep. You got to take, he was active defensively, and then he'd make a poor choice on a fadeaway J in the lane, which you're like, wait a minute, you're up 16-10. We don't need that shot. And then you're like, all right, let's take the aggressiveness of you taking it to the rack and trying to draw a foul, but then you miss the jam. And then let's take the great because you can shoot it from 3 and you can make a 3. And so he has just been a great roller coaster ride for Ohio State, but I think he is a force right now because of his confidence and where he is. Because this season was about Thornton, it was about Mobley, it was about Royal, it was about Tilly coming in as a vet. It was about Noel, who may jump on a moving train here because he was a 6-year vet. So they added experience. If you go back to the beginning of the year, they were trying to add experience and fit pieces where they needed them before this year started. And so I think that should help the collective team. I thought it would when you're adding to that core of Bruce and Junie and Devin. And here we are. But Amari Bynum was one of those guys that we really didn't know a ton about. And his physical presence with also having the ability to shoot the 3, that's a big riser. I went back and looked at, well, I don't have his exact ranking from the class, but he was a pretty big riser. And they had some other guys in there. And I wasn't saying that he was going to be a household name at this point, but I think he is now amongst Buckeye fans. He showed me a lot this weekend. So the one thing you like to be in March is playing hopefully at your best, and you hope to be a tough out for other people. And I don't know how you feel about this because I'm not really into the house money yet for this program because I want them to think bigger than that and think that just getting in isn't quite good enough. And I don't think they are thinking that way. Right. But the only thing that can really stop this team, like in their minds right now, I think, is settling for we got in. The rest is gravy.
I don't think the players are going to have that mentality. Coach Diebler, I don't think is going to allow himself, the coaching staff, or the players to have that mentality either. I'm not going to move the goalpost on what should be happening the rest of the way because my stance was prior to the season starting, us talking about this entire journey to this point, was just to get into the dance. After not being in the dance for the last few years, them getting there now for me is checking the box. I don't have the craziest expectations for them. Of course, seeing them go on a run would be awesome, but you touched on something that I think is really important, is that can you play your best ball in any sport at the most important time? And we're seeing that. And you're seeing guys, like you said, A. Bynum, who every time I watch him play, you just feel the energy come through the screen. And those guys, to me, always don't have to be a good bucket getter in every game. They can do other things. In this game, he did a great job on the boards, almost had 10 rebounds, had a couple steals in the game, had a block in the game. And so, yes, like you pointed out, when you have a freshman, it's going to be a bit of a roller coaster ride. But now he's at a point to where he has a feel of what it takes to play in Big Ten play, and he kind of knows his role within the game as well. So of your you have 4 or 5 starters get to double-digit points, and he gets to 18 of those. And those guys did a great job as well getting to the free throw line. Because Junie Mobley's coming to this thing. He's been absolutely cooking from 3 recently. Doesn't have a great shooting outing from the three-point line, but gets to the line 6 times and knocks down 5 of them. And you look at what Bruce was able to do, and you get Royal and Bynum and those guys getting there as well, not missing a free throw between the two of them, that being Bynum and Royal. Just a complete offensive outing. And now we're looking at a couple games back-to-back here where the offensive output gets you to over 90 points, and the confidence is there for these guys. And so you have some real results to go by going into tournament play. And this tournament shows us, this time of year shows us that you get a team that's coming into a dance with a good offensive output and good confidence offensively, some crazy things can happen. So we shall see what they can do. It's going to be fun to watch.
They've caught a little fire here. And if you go back maybe, let's go back 6, 7 games. So exactly.
Couldn't help
I didn't mean it, but I saw it out of the corner of my eye. They had a depleted roster.
Yeah.
They were playing without a full, healthy roster, and they really competed hard at Virginia. You might even think they gave one away. Then they play really tough at Michigan State with a depleted roster, a game I didn't even think they'd be in, and they almost won that game. They got their doors blown off at Iowa. And at that point, I think everybody assumed that the dream has died, that they just moral victoried themselves out of the season with all the close calls.
Yeah.
And then here comes Purdue with the savior season game, and they get them. And then you treat Penn State the way they deserve to be treated.
BTA.
And then you got Indiana, a team that's that's a bubble game,
yep.
And you got to find a way to make sure you're playing your best and you have the home crowd to help you out, which they did. And now here they are. So I feel like let's just follow the Junie Mobley strategy here, right? We getting in, and we're making a run. We promise that.
Now it's time to go. Now it's time to go to work.
We're going to follow his guarantee. All right, we got free agency in the NFL to think about. And I thought this homecoming could have been a lot of fun. It's not going to happen. And it probably shouldn't happen if you're this guy. We'll tell you next. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
Wake up with the Fan. Eat lunch with the Fan. Go to bed with the Fan. Dream about the Fan. Then change your sheets. Gross.
Ew, you guys are gross, but stick around in case I don't find anyone else.
The Fan.
At Low T Center, we're extending our New Year's promos to give you the new start you need. If you've been feeling exhausted and have lost your sex drive, book a free testosterone test at Low T Center. Pick up discounted peptides and GLP-1s while you're there. Low T Center is the most trusted name in TRT for a reason. Highest quality testosterone covered by insurance and tailored to you so you know that it's effective. This deal won't last forever, so call or head to lowtcenter.com. That's lowtcenter.com and book your TRT appointment today.
Hey, Columbus, big news. For a limited time, get Uber One free for a full year so you could save on food and rides. That's a $96 value on us. Just use code Columbus. Get 1 year of $0 delivery fees, 10% off eligible food and grocery orders, and up to 6% Uber One credits on rides. Sign up for this limited time offer today using code Columbus and save big with Uber One. Offer valid through 3/31/26. Savings and $0 delivery fee on eligible orders and rides only. Fees and terms apply. See app for details.
Aetna was there for me as I was going through a rough medical patch this year. I had peace of mind, which helped with my healing.
Those words from a real Aetna Medicare Advantage member speak to why U.S. News & World Report named us a best Medicare Advantage company. Because we show up on calls with members and doctors' offices when requested. We show up with the latest in online tools for easier access to healthcare. We show up for you. Because that's how healthier happens together. Member feedback has been edited for length and clarity.
The great thing about Atlas Butler is they do it all. Heating, cooling, plumbing.
Look, I'm busy with work. I don't have time to wait around or deal with lots of people. One company, one call, and they do it all. Wonder if they'll clean out my inbox. Seriously, offer that service. Please.
Atlas Butler is at your service. Call 1-800-FURNACE.
T-Bone and Tybus is sponsored by Capital Ford of Columbus.
Tybus, great explorers looked at like mountains and were like, look at that mountain. Someone needs to summit it. That's how I look at that box of fries. Someone needs to conquer that, and that someone is me.
Mornings on The Fan.
This is Gordon Miller from Miller Lending, the original home of the no closing cost mortgage. With interest rates at their lowest level in 4 years, what's stopping you from taking advantage? Maybe it's the thousands of dollars in closing cost? Well, what if I told you that those costs aren't required and that you decide whether to sacrifice $15,000 to $20,000 of equity at closing or zero? At Miller Lending, we're all about zero and have been offering no-cost loans since 1987. With no title closing or origination fees, imagine having the freedom to refinance any time a lower rate becomes available or a need arises. Even 0.5% lower in rate results in savings of over $100,000 over the life of your loan. So why wait? No-cost loans are real and here to stay. Simply call Miller Lending and see why thousands of satisfied clients have made that choice to say goodbye to closing costs forever. 877-9-NO-COST. That's 877-9-NO-COST. Or simply apply online at nocostmortgage.com. Miller Lending is an equal housing lender and MLS number 250-2146.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, commercial properties. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Visit us today at TurboTrackRealty.com or give us a call and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A beautiful day today as we kick off the work week with plenty of sunshine, breezy winds, and highs in the upper 60s to low 70s. For tonight, clouds will increase overnight with our lows in the 50s. And then for Tuesday, we do have a chance of some spotty showers and storms. Otherwise, mostly cloudy skies and very mild with highs in the mid-70s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
We've been your Jackets flagship station since day one. All the goals, all the action, all the memories. Your home for the Columbus Blue Jackets, the Fan, Ohio sports destination. Matty was a big Browns fan. Scratch that, we mean he's a big fan of the former Browns. The Baltimore Ravens. This is Rothman Ice.
All right, this wasn't going to happen. And it really probably shouldn't have, because I can't imagine a guy ending his career this way. This isn't LeBron. Like, I heard about the Travis Kelce homecoming, right? Let's end it in Cleveland. And, I mean, last I checked, a basketball player doesn't usually have a hard time getting the basketball. That's not that hard to be able to find the inbound guy and give me the ball.
Correct.
In football, it's a little different. Yeah. And I saw across the NFL today that the Cleveland Browns, as we know how far away they are from winning a championship, and I mean, maybe their fans would tell me differently, or maybe they lock in with me on that. But they have a couple of foundational pieces on their offense and not much else. And they added a good offensive lineman in Titus Howard. We talked about that. And then a lot more is needed before their offense has any shot of doing anything. And I read this. Cleveland GM Andrew Berry needs to balance how much he's paying for, quote, veteran presence while trying to build a young, talented roster that can compete long term. That would include Travis Kelce, a Browns fan from birth who is hitting free agency, and there's no certain to return to Kansas City. So everybody just pounced. This sounds great. New heights. Bring it back. Let's go full circle here. Don't you want to throw on the orange and fudge? You've been wearing the KC colors too long.
Yeah.
And so it said the Chiefs potentially uninterested in a return, which, by the way, we now know they're very interested, and he's returned to Kansas City. It says Kelce could make his decision between these three values: home, money, winning. Let me tell you something. Scratch off home and money. Look who he's dating. Look how much money he has.
Look at his podcast deal with his brother.
Yes. Money has nothing to do with this.
He's good.
And I'm pretty confident in saying that, even though I would have no clue. Everyone loves money. He's got plenty of it. The winning part is the only reason to stick around at his age, at 37. Right?
Yeah. He has nothing else to prove. Like, he's that guy. He's in the inner circle of all-time tight ends, whether he's 5, 2, 1, whatever. I think he is a top 5 tight end ever. He's got the Super Bowl rings. He has everything that you could want as an individual player attached to being a part of one of the most dominant, I guess, dynasties, if you will, that we've seen in the NFL under Andy Reid, attached to Mahomes. And from start to finish, this guy has been an absolute dude. He's on hole 18 of the back nine. This is probably going to be it after this year. When it comes to the Browns thing, I think he would have had a better chance of being Taylor Swift's backup dancer than being a Cleveland Brown. Like, if you're giving me those two options, I think he would have picked that just based off of where the Browns are.
What about,
they're not attractive right now for a guy like this.
No.
They're not. They would have to be right there at the doorstep of winning a Super Bowl with one of the best quarterbacks in the sport, and there's just too much unknown up there in Cleveland right now. So the heartstrings thing, that's going to play with some guys, but I think you have to have the combination of everything, the money, the winning, the quarterback, to get a guy like this to leave somewhere and then play for one team for 1 year, because I'm sure some guys do take pride in playing for one franchise their entire career.
Yeah, honestly, I think Browns fan listening will be like, fine, we're good. We got Harold Fannin. We're good. We got a future tight end. We're good.
Yeah.
The part of it was more the nostalgia of it, which is maybe he's done winning. What? Maybe he's won enough? Like the home thing would call his name?
So I want to come back, AR, put my body on the line, go through training camp and all that to come back and lose?
Just to go to
just
work?
To be home?
Just to be Mr. Westlake adjacent. It says, with Kelce winning a lot in his career and having made a lot of money, the one thing left could be to finally play for the Browns, the team he grew up rooting for.
We got to stop doing this.
Are these guys really fans?
We got to stop doing this in sports. The whole homecoming reunion thing is so overrated at this point. We got to just it's a lazy connecting of dots in sports. This guy's from there, he may always want to go back there. Like, the difference between this and LeBron is, I think LeBron's going to look at where the Cavs are roster-wise right now and have both the warm and fuzzy feeling of coming home, but also looking at Evan Mobley, Harden, and Mitchell and be like, oh, I can rock with those guys, and we got a chance to do some legitimate winning. That's not the case for Travis Kelce.
The way this was written, it was written maybe more from a wishing, but it was written as almost like Kelce was the one doing the wishing. It says for Cleveland, unless Kelce is demanding top of the market money, there is no reason to deny Kelce's request to play for the Browns. When has he requested ever playing? Unless I missed it.
You know what else?
He's got a lot of hometown feel.
Yeah.
When we went and covered the media day at the Super Bowl in Vegas, and I sat in front of you, did Mahomes, and I was in front of Kelce, and I was asking him about he gave me some kind of hometown bite or something.
Something about the Heights.
Something
it's
about the
in your
Heights.
phone.
Yeah,
I think we did cut it up and put it in the system.
But at this point, I think most Browns fans are like, this was not going to happen. Would it have been cool if it did? I guess. But a slow aging, still productive tight end was not exactly what they needed.
Like you said, they have what looks to be star in the making in Harold Fannin right out of the gate. This dude was just special, making so many impact plays. And so I think the offense is going to run through him a lot this year, and it should unless they make some big splashy play at wide receiver, which I don't think is going to happen for the Browns. But also, too, I think what would pull at his heartstrings more would be if he were in the mindset of, hey, I'm leaving Kansas City, is I'm going back to Cincinnati. Like, I'd rather go there if I'm coming back to Ohio than go to Cleveland. I played college ball at Cincinnati. You get that call from Joe Burrow. If you're Travis Kelce, then it's kind of like, okay, let me at least think about it. I don't think he would do it. But if we're talking about him coming back to the state of Ohio, he'd probably go to Cincinnati over Cleveland.
The picture they used in this story is Travis in a Cavs T-shirt, all excited and partying up with, who is this, Dean Wade maybe, after the Cavs beat the Celtics. I don't know. This was in 24.
Okay.
By the way, I never heard anybody say I'm going to Cleveland on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Joe keep going. Oh, he was such a villain at that point in time, man.
I'm glad you mentioned
Cleveland, man. It's all factories.
Yes, the factory of a certain product. What did you guys think of the late night blackjack table with Joe Burrow and Jessica Alba?
She's single, right?
I didn't think so.
I think she is single. I think she literally, well, maybe a couple weeks, but I think recently, or she did leave a relationship. And so if this is the case, I see you, Joey B. Shoot or shoot, big dog. Do what you do.
Jessica Alba's beau, Danny Ramirez, who's that? Is making it clear she's all his.
Oh.
Sharing sweet pics of the two of them in Mexico on the heels of the internet rumors linking her to Bengals star quarterback Joe Burrow.
I thought I saw some stuff out there that she was single recently, but you're saying her boy is saying, back up, Joey B.
All I know is there's a picture out there of, if it's, see, this is the problem. We live in a world where I really don't know if that's real.
AI or not?
And then it was like almost like they posed for like a couple photo in a way. Like
was
that could have been
celebrity poker game or something.
2 a.m.
Oh,
Nobody was there.
Hey.
That's not a great shift.
I see you, number 9.
Yeah.
I see you, number 9. I'm not mad at it, if that is the case. I'm not mad at it.
The reverse Belichick. Kind of like halfway, though.
What is the age difference?
She's 44. He's 29.
Yeah.
So 15 years.
Okay.
B&J against the world. Yeah.
Haven't heard from her in a while.
Well,
it's not a bad thing.
She's on the banquet circuit. Anyway, it says, Alba and Joe Burrow don't buy the bogus Vegas dating rumors. There was a tweet that reportedly after being spotted together at 2 a.m. in Vegas, Burrow recently broke up with his employee and model. What do you mean employee?
Yeah, what's that part about?
She's like the house sitter? Wasn't she there when he got robbed?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. I think it is her. You know what I was remembering, Air, is that Jessica Alba's divorce was finalized in February of this year. I knew she was in the news for some type of split here recently, but you're saying she's got a man. Danny Ramirez?
I mean, that'd be quick.
Well, maybe she's learning from Giselle.
Manny Ramirez?
I'm like Jose Ramirez?
Oh,
Hanley Ramirez.
I'm not buying this.
Keep it going.
Are you guys?
You're not buying which part? That they are, like Joey B's trying to get at Jessica Alba?
No, I'm just not buying they're an
item?
Are you?
Well, according to Danny Ramirez, they're not.
Yeah,
Who is Danny Ramirez? What's he know? What does he do? Danny Ramirez. Oh, I got an actor. Danny Ramirez.
Well,
who is this guy?
Good for him.
Yeah, good for him. Hey, I'm not mad at it, man. Do you? Looks like he was in Captain America and Top Gun Maverick.
There you go.
Oh, so he's out here doing big things then.
I wonder what he was in Maverick. One of the
Let me pull up his IMDb.
The fighter pilots? All right. Well, you guys work on that.
He was. I got a pic for you right here. There he is. Danny Ramirez.
I don't honestly. I don't remember.
There he is.
I don't remember.
Shout out to everybody in the chat.
Yeah, I don't know. That seems odd. I don't know. All right,
we've got an incognito browser over there.
Adam King, 10 TV. Is he in the house? Yeah. Okay. He's going to stroll in next, and I'm going to ask. He was the one that led the court storm against Purdue. Now I'm wondering what he did for Bruce Bobble Day. I'm sure something. We'll have him in 2 minutes. Rothman and Ice and the Fan. The only beef that she would have would be coming from Bill.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
Do you suffer from leg pain, leg swelling, varicose veins, or leg ulcers? Dr. Joseph Senta and Dr. Barry Zeta at Ohio Vein and Vascular Polaris, and now at their second location in Reynoldsburg, are pioneers in the vein and vascular field. They can perform minimally invasive procedures that will get you back on track to a pain-free life. Stop living with leg pain and start the process to healthy living with a free healthy leg screening. Go to loveyourveins.com or call 614-426-VEIN. That's 614-426-VEIN or loveyourveins.com.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from...
We can be twinsies.
...to...
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom. Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Rothman Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hey, kids. Anthony once did magic for birthday parties. See, when you say it out loud, it doesn't sound so bad. Back to Rothman and Ice.
All right, he led the court storming, and he has launched the team into the tournament. Not officially, but it's close.
Officially.
They'll play on Thursday at noon, which we love around these parts.
Hey, I did not think we'd be in a world where there are some Buckeye fans rooting for Ohio State to lose on Thursday. Yeah,
what's their reasoning?
You want to know their reasoning? And it's not a crazy reasoning. Their reasoning is, if you look around right now, Ohio State's about up to an 8 seed in a lot of places, 9 in some. Yeah. That means you get the 1 seed in round 2. And this year, that's the you could probably beat anybody else in the country.
Yeah, the 1 seeds are
But
next.
Duke, Florida, and those 1 seeds are Michigan. They're good.
So they want the 7-10?
They want the 7-10, and they think it's more likely that Ohio State falls back to a 10 than climbs up to a 7.
Okay.
Which I think is interesting.
It's very interesting, and it gives you...
So then you play 2-seeded UConn, who just looked bad against a Marquette
getting
team.
fined after the game.
Yeah,
he's a wild man.
Yeah, there's a lot of 2 seeds that are there to be got. 3 seeds for sure.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
It's an interesting.
It's a good thought.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not bad at all.
You want to avoid Dayton if you can, right? You don't want to be.
I don't think there's any world where they could go to Dayton now. They've been lucky. They've been blessed, not only that they have started playing to a different level. It's not just that they won, it's how they've won.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've been dominant. But also, as you watched Ohio State kind of put this together, the rest of the bubble collapsed. No, every bubble team has lost every game for the last 2 weeks while Ohio State keeps winning. So I don't think there's any world where they wind up in Dayton.
I said this earlier. Now that there's a pretty good feel that they're going to be in the tournament, right? That I'm not going to, for me, move the goalposts as far as expectations moving forward of what they should do. No. I said to start the year, you get into the tournament this year, good with me, right? After not going for a few years, I'm good. I don't know if that's the definition of house money. I guess it is for me right now. But now for you, where were your expectations to start the year, and where are they now?
I think that my expectations were to start the year that they get in the tournament. And then I think Ohio State is in this brand of basketball right now where they can play with anybody, but that's a tough task in any game. So if you get in the tournament, I think I would set my expectations as they win one game at least. I think,
if they don't, this would be viewed as what for you? A disappointment?
No. I think if they get everything from here on out, as you said, is house money.
Okay.
Congratulations to this team. And I think they almost gave themselves more house money when in the middle of February everyone said, this team's done, it's over, throw in the towel.
and then they went out and proved everybody wrong. So now it's like, hey, they didn't even think you were going to get in the tournament. Now let's go play basketball and see what happens.
It's taking some pressure off, that's for sure. Just getting in for them. Although, if Maddie asked the right question, what did I think before the year and what do I think now? I think it's kind of come full circle. I think they kind of were at a certain spot where they are kind of now, where I thought they'd be. And then they dipped, and then they came back, and it's kind of like they're even in my. I actually, full honesty,
like
I thought they'd be a little bit. I don't know anything about that. It's too bad. I know some people that do know about that, and apparently they've done pretty well.
When do you get the cash in? Like,
that's the other thing.
Well, with any stock or any crypto, you've never made money until you cash in. So you never. But you've never lost money until you cash in. So it's.
So you know this personally. You're in it.
Guys, I need a couple dollars. It's been rough. If I could, that's why I'm here today.
You said it's all paper loss.
Yeah, that's right.
We heard that you were hustling at the Arnold Expo this week, trying to arm wrestle some people. Is that how you were trying to make money this weekend?
I've got to say, I've done the Arnold now the last 4 years. Okay. I'm getting old. And I've done pretty much everything you can do with the Arnold. Last time I did medieval fighting. They had medieval fighting where they...
Jousting?
Jousting, some would call it. But also they had the styrofoam swords, so it's not full jousting.
Very Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Very Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Did you finish it?
I'm finished.
I mean...
Night of the Nine Kingdoms,
it's just an electric show, right?
Phenomenal.
I mean, just amazing.
Good stuff. You were right.
Yeah, anyway, we're going to take this off air. Rothman, if you want to hold over the next two segments, we're going to... I've been dreaming of this moment. No,
I want to hear more about this over-the-top moment you had.
So I looked around, and they...
Lincoln Hawk.
I don't know if
you know who that is.
I don't.
All right, go
I know
ahead.
Ethan Hawke.
Mm-hmm.
Is that an actor?
You know Tony Hawk?
Yes.
I know Tony Hawk.
AJ Hawk.
I know AJ Hawk.
Now you go.
Ethan Hawke's daughter, I believe,
Are we
is
playing
in
categories? Game on.
Stranger Things, I believe. Ethan Hawke's daughter is in Stranger Things, I believe. Don't hold me to that, but
Never
I'm pretty
seen
sure
it.
that's the case. Okay, it's a bit of an upset, but go ahead.
Never seen it. Anyway, so I look up and they're doing this arm wrestling. That's the most intense thing I've ever seen. The microphone, if you're watching on YouTube TV, is helpful here. 97.1 The Fan TV.
You want to grab a hold of it?
Because they can't move off these pads, and they've got a hold. But then their bodies they're doing everything with their bodies to try to fight each other. And it's one of the wildest things. They're like fully horizontal. And these dudes, I mean, they look like all three of us combined. I mean, it is just all muscle. And so I got there and I was like, hey, who's in charge? And this guy said, I am. And I said, I'd love to arm wrestle someone. Can I do that? And he said, absolutely. We'll do it live on television at 5:15. I said, sounds good. And I said, you get to pick who I arm wrestle. So what did this guy do? He picked the champion. He said, get over here. Guy's name was Austin. Austin was great. And I got up there. And I had my moment. I ripped the suit off.
Then he ripped your labrum off.
Well, it was funny because I said, Austin, how quickly could you finish this thing? And he goes, before it ever started. I was like, okay. And so I put my arm down, and these guys says, ref says go. And they got like 4 refs. I'm not kidding. Like watching this thing. And I'm like, okay, I'm holding my own here. And then Austin looks at me and he smiles.
You had fun yet?
And then it felt as if my arm had been ripped out of its socket. I mean, I've never experienced in my life somebody moving me. Like my arm was there, and he was like, your arm's not going to be there anymore. We're going to put it over here, okay? And that was it. And it was over. And it was, I learned at the Arnold that while I am an incredibly swole man, fit man, I mean, I would argue I resemble a prime Arnold. There are still bigger people out there than me.
So would it be appropriate for me to ask you how many seconds did you last?
First of all, 4. And it was 4 amazing seconds.
Okay. I don't think I would last 10 seconds.
So you got the best.
That's a great drop.
So you got the best 4 seconds in the game, is what you're saying.
If you're looking for 4 seconds of arm wrestling,
Adam King's your guy.
I'm your guy.
Did you run into? I need your clothes, your boots, your motorcycle.
No, I didn't get to see him.
Oh,
Put that cookie down.
Good, underrated movie.
One of the best of all time.
Yeah, I think
when it comes to Christmas movies.
You said underrated. Oh, okay. You put it in a category.
Yeah.
He said at Christmas. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Jingle All the Way.
It's good. It's a good one. Sinbad.
Sure.
It's a good ride.
Take your word for it.
Sick world we're living in.
It's good,
It's
though.
a very quotable movie. Didn't get to see him. I've actually never seen him. Every Sunday he does the pump and run. He sends everybody off.
I think it's to pump and run.
We'll pump
Yes,
you up.
That's right.
And I got that one. And
that's an old reference, too.
Hey, I'm here for you. Matty Ice isn't, but I am.
He's here for me.
And so
He pumps me up.
That's right. He pumps you up. I want to go see him at some point. Next year, I'm going to have to do it. Because
Some strolling out of the sausage house or something. There was some video out there.
The sausage house?
Yeah, where was he down? Was he down in German Village
Where
or somewhere?
the heck are you hanging out at? What in the world?
The sausage house.
I'm just saying. He was down there.
Where's the boing now?
Oh, my goodness. Did you see anybody else of status that was cool?
You know what's so funny?
A late boy.
Saw him at the sausage
Wait a minute. He was not.
Is this an
at
established?
Schmitz?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It has a name. And it's aptly named Schmitz, not the Sausage House. Goodness gracious!
What do you mean? I thought you wanted to. You were going to start a business, a competitor.
Yeah. Wow.
Adam's Sausage House.
That's.
Or did you? Were you
the
gonna
best
call,
4-second arm wrestle you've ever seen?
I think you were going to call it the Fest.
The Fest
during the summer.
That's right.
Right.
Ridiculous.
Adam's Sausage Fest.
I will say
coming this summer.
Not another boing. Come on. Oh, that's a double boing. I will say, when I looked around the Arnold, there were so many lines, hundreds of people deep in line to meet these celebrities. And, we have the media pass, so we can kind of walk around. And so, there were a couple times I'm like, who's at the end of this line? And I walk up, and they're like, this is Swole Daddy John. And this guy's like, I've been waiting 4 hours to meet Swole Daddy John. And I'm like, who in the world? There's
Swole Daddy's. He's down at the Sausage House.
Yeah, that's right. There were just so many different people. They're like, this is weightlifter Steve. And
And so not a lot of people.
And people are crying to meet weightlifter Steve. And I'm like, I've never seen this man in my life.
I wanted to meet Mark Henry. When I found out that he was at the Jackets game, he fired the cannon. The world's strongest man, former WWE wrestler. When I found out he was here, I was a little upset that I didn't get to meet him.
Maddie, I've got a missed opportunity for them. Tell me if I'm right.
Okay.
It's the world's strongest man.
Yeah.
They made him light the cannon. How come we didn't make him pull the Zamboni?
Yes.
With his teeth.
Yes.
That's a good one.
How come that
he probably would have been down for that, yeah.
Or pick up the cannon. See if you can lift the cannon. Now, so you know where Matty Ice and I differ the most. And
tease that.
Okay, coming up, I'm going to tell you why Matty Ice and I are great friends, but the CBJ game shows just how different we are.
Next on Rothman and Ice.
We're the highest rated sports radio station in America. There's no joke there. We just are. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Take your shot to save at Great Lakes Hyundai in Columbus or Dublin. Make a basket for extra savings on top of big shot deals on every model from Elantra to Palisade. Go now, Dublin or Columbus or glakeshyundai.com. See dealer for details. Ends 3/31.
Family owned and operated. It isn't all sunshine and rainbows. This is Dennis Sullivan, president of Care Heating and Cooling. Here's something you don't hear admitted very often. When you run a business with your family, you don't always get along with them. We argue, we debate, we have real conversations about the decisions that we make. But at Care, every conversation comes back to our priorities, doing right by our employees and our customers. Because when you treat your team like family, they take better care of the families they serve. And when you treat your customers the way you'd want your own family treated, trust follows. That mindset doesn't always maximize short-term profits, but it builds something better, long-term relationships. Today, more and more local companies are being bought by venture capital firms, where maximizing profits often leads to a sales-first mentality. Care is still family-owned and locally operated, so we can keep people, not profits, at the center of every decision. Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING when you need a company you can trust.
It's a new month and a new reason to visit Germain Honda of Dublin. Right now, take advantage of great low rates on select certified pre-owned models all month long. You'll get the reliability you trust, the value you want, and payments that make sense. And the wait is over. The all-new Honda Prelude has arrived with precision suspension and responsive hybrid performance. Great rates, awesome vehicles. Only at Germain Honda of Dublin. They're on Sawmill Road, just south of 270, or online at GermainHondaofDublin.com.
Steve here from USA Insulation. Let me ask you a question. Do you know why your thermos keeps your coffee hot? Because it's insulated with foam. So let us do the same thing and insulate your home with our premium foam for only $99 a month, interest-free. The cold weather's here. There's nothing better than sitting in a warm, comfortable home with your loved ones and keeping that cold, drafty air outside. So make the call today, 529-2440, 529-2440, or USAinsulation.net.
USA Insulation.
Common Man and Bob Capace here for Worthington Jewelers. Bobby, it's bridal sale time.
Our annual spring bridal sale is March 10th through the 21st. Buy one and get one 50% off on all bridal jewelry.
And don't miss the weekend trunk shows featuring the latest styles from the top designers. And Bobby, if custom is the choice, you're the man for that.
Absolutely. Let us make the ring of your dreams.
Check out our custom ring builder at worthingtonjewelers.com, where Columbus gets engaged.
When we designed our Columbus Blue Jacket ticket plans, we designed them for fans like you. For fans who want to choose their games and their seats, and fans who need flexibility when their plans change. Columbus Blue Jacket season ticket plans. Get your tickets now at bluejackets.com.
Join Rothman and Ice every Thursday at 2:30 for Gold Jacket Thursday.
Presented by the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
A new Hall of Famer joins the show every week, but not OJ because he's dead and probably a murderer. The Fan.
I love Right Pack Credit Union because they're solution driven. I feel valued as a member.
They're focused on the latest technology and the personal connections.
Experience benefits that go beyond banking with Right Pack Credit Union. Just ask our actual members.
I definitely recommend Right Pack to all my family and friends as a credit union of choice.
Visit one of our Columbus area Right Pack Credit Union member centers near you. Based on individual members' experiences, results may vary.
We're hiring at Don's Garage Doors. No experience? No problem. We provide full training, a brand new van, top-of-the-line tools, a gas card, and steady jobs with weekly pay. This isn't just a job. It's a career with real growth, great pay, and job security. Our team members go from training to 6 figures, and we're ready to help you do the same. Don't wait. Apply now at donsgaragedoors.com.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Rothman and Ice present Buckeye Bulletin.
Sponsored by Window Nation. Buy 4 windows and get 4 free plus an extra 10% off from windownation.com.
All righty, Buckeye Bulletin. I'm sure you've heard this news by now. Quite a shock this morning. President of Ohio State, Ted Carter, resigning effective immediately. And it's been reported after an inappropriate relationship. He came forward admitting to the board that he had an inappropriate relationship with an unnamed person seeking public resources. What is this, Shark Tank?
It's
like, I don't
gotta
even
wait for more information to come out. In the true news world, that's a very vague.
Very vague, yep.
Yeah, very
Good
vague.
word.
I mean, no one can just go over to Ohio State and knock on the door. I got a business I want to start. Can you invest in my business? I'll give you 20% of my company for $650,000. How does that sound? Oh, you're evaluating the company a little high, Anthony.
You don't want a royalty? You don't want a royalty in there, Mr. Wonderful?
Walter Edward Ted Carter. We hardly knew you. Did you have a chance to interview him ever?
I don't know that we ever did an interview. Talked to him many times. I loved what he was doing with mainly athletics. I mean, obviously, I'm not fully in touch with how he's running the entire university, but I thought he was very vocal in the leading athletic world. So that'll be an interesting role now to try to fill for Ohio State as everything in this world is changing. Now one of the leaders in it, especially in the Big Ten Conference, is no longer there.
66 years old, came to Columbus from Nebraska, a highly decorated guy, spent most of his career in the U.S. Navy, where everyone got a pretty big thrill that he flew fighter jets and
Top Gun,
and later became an admiral. So there you go.
What do you think about the name that's been floated by every fan across Columbus and the state of Ohio?
Adam King? That name?
You know what? You guys didn't ask for this, but I will say this on the record for you guys.
Yeah.
I will not be accepting the president job at Ohio State.
Because you just can't give up this segment.
I cannot.
This segment means so much to you.
It means too much, so I'm going to withdraw my name. But there is one name that everybody's been floating, Rothman. I'm sure you've seen it. Matty Ice, have you seen it?
Tress?
Yeah. What are your thoughts?
He checks every box you'd want, outside of the fact that he's currently the lieutenant governor of the state.
That'll get you, you know?
Meaning that he might have different aspirations than at this point in his life at age 73 coming back to be a president. But obviously a lot of love. Yeah. He'd be incredibly popular because we like people in those positions that really love sports and really get that, because to the average Buckeye fan listening, that's what they care about. Is will the next president really lean into what a lot of this university is about, which is being successful in a lot of sports. So there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, I think it'd be a cool story for sure. Excuse
me. He's not. I'm sure somebody will ask him in the next few days.
Yeah.
But I think it'll be way premature for him to answer anything. But you might be able to get some body language on it. Maybe just kind of.
Maybe a wink, a nudge.
Just something.
Yeah.
Is it true, since you led the court storming against Purdue, that you also led the bobblehead brigade for Bruce?
Oh, my gosh. That was the craziest giveaway.
Did you fight anybody for one?
I mean, I can't comment on that situation, all right? It's an ongoing investigation. I don't want to.
How many did they give out?
They gave out 2,000, and it was
Be there early.
Crazy. I mean, I got a time-lapse video. It took about 14 minutes, and that's only because you got to grab them out of the box and hand them to people. They were gone. One guy, I've got to say, I was standing there filming, just kind of because it was one of the coolest giveaways I've ever seen in Ohio State basketball history, where so many people were excited. And then they got to the end of the line, and obviously this nice old lady got the last bobblehead, and she was so grateful. She said, "Thank you." And this guy behind the line looks me in the eyes, and he goes, "Hey, instead of filming, you could have told us they were running out of bobbleheads."
Yeah.
And I'm like,
it's not your responsibility.
How would I have known?
What would that information have done for that person? Not stand in line, maybe?
Not stand in line. But mind you, this was 2 hours before tip. So
when you stole that lady's last bobblehead,
that's correct.
The one that's currently on your desk.
Whoa!
When you
play it cool.
Oh, sorry.
Play it.
When you stole that one, he stole it.
Sheesh.
Did you have to
want that out there, huh?
Did you have to elbow her, or how did you get that done?
Listen, we don't want people showing up at the station. These are going for $250 on eBay.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Hey, I wonder what the signed ones are going for.
All right. I don't know. I don't know that you could get that.
You know a guy? You know a guy who's
how would
got
that
one
be
of those?
done? I
really don't know.
What was your response to the fellow that was upset with you that you didn't let him know that they were on? What did you say? I want to go back to that exchange.
I am the most non-confrontational person. I just want everybody to love me. So I was just like, "I'm so sorry. I don't know, sir." And then here's the best part. It's like all the people were walking through the line angry, and this one guy bends down, and he pops back up, and he's holding a bobblehead. He goes, "It fell on the ground under the curtain." Congratulations,
Lucky
sir.
day.
Yeah.
Wow. One just kind of happened to roll out, drop and roll.
Well, when you're handed 2,000 out, I'm sure one slipped, and this guy, I don't know, maybe, I imagine he saw it from far away, and he's like, "I'm just going to wait and hope nobody sees it," and walks up there and grabs it.
One to a customer, right?
Yeah, one to
People weren't grabbing them two at a time, were they?
No, you got one. You get one, and that's it.
Who was policing that?
Oh, it was the most secure thing I've ever seen. I mean, it was intense. Bruce Thornton's mom was trying to get a couple for her family, and that was like...
They didn't hold a few back for them? For the fam?
It was wild to watch. And then Jake Diebler's dad, he was like, "Hey, can I get a bobblehead?" And I'm like, "You got to get these guys. Like, get them their bobbleheads." But it was very... Ohio State, kudos to the marketing team at Ohio State. Well done.
And Bruce Thornton's career, well done
100%.
as well. We talked about it off the top, and you've been covering him now for the last few years. And just talk about, for the folks that don't know Bruce, covering him, talking to him, what type of dude this is, AK?
You know, there's a story I have with Bruce. I don't know if I've ever shared it publicly. It was, I believe, his freshman year or sophomore year, and Ohio State was in a really bad spot. They had lost a bunch of games in a row. The women's game had just wrapped up. Everybody left, and there was one guy out on the court, and he was shooting shots. And it was Bruce, and he was out there for like an hour, and I went out and talked to him just for a little bit, and you could tell this guy just wanted to do whatever he could to help the program win. And as good of a basketball player as he is, he's a 10 times better person. And he's an amazing basketball player. So that should tell you all. He is, when you, like, sometimes you can't see the history that you're a part of, but in 20 years, you're going to look back and say, Bruce Thornton, that was the ultimate Buckeye. He has that JT Barrett
aura to
him with Buckeye basketball.
Gotcha. I think it's a great comp, actually.
Yeah. I think you'll look back in 20 years and you'll say, yeah, I watched that guy play. It was that. That's what you aspire to be in this program.
Good call, AK. I like it.
Thank you.
I think they knew the math. I think Ohio State certainly wanted. He wanted to break it. He knew he could do it. We took the show there this summer. I started doing some math for him. He really didn't lean into that, but it was one that people say, he stayed. Well, I'm certainly was compensated, right? He's their leading guy, senior guy, and so I'm sure he got compensated pretty well. But it all fit, didn't it, for him to not want to leave? I mean, this is a record that might stand another 40 years. You never know.
His mom said it perfectly. Diebler backed him from day one. Diebler was always there for him. When there was a coaching change, she said, you started here, you're finishing here. That's the plan. And it worked out unbelievably, and he's finally going to get to go dancing.
All right.
Wait, you teased something, and we never...
Actually,
we got to go to break real quick.
Hurry up.
You were excited with the Blue Jackets. Why? Because what's his name was there?
Mark Henry, the world's strongest man.
You were sad you didn't get to meet him?
Yeah.
I was sad the Love is Blind cast was there, and I didn't get to meet them. That's where Maddie and I just miss a little bit in our day-to-day life.
Oh, that's good. How's the season been, real quick?
Yeah. Huh?
How's the season been?
It's electric.
Okay.
The reunion comes out Wednesday. I can't wait.
The reunion?
Oh, yeah.
A year later.
Are they all still together?
We don't know, Rothman. That's the reunion.
They still haven't seen each other, probably.
No, they've seen
dating?
each other.
Wouldn't it be great? How long? Make it a Cal Ripken streak. I want to go as long as I can without seeing this person.
They see each other and then they pretend they're like, oh, you're so pretty. You're everything I would want. And then they go to the camera and they're like, well, it's not exactly what I was hoping for.
Probably not your kind of show, really. As far as a contestant.
Not so much. Yeah. Not so much. But I do love a good watch. I'll watch any reality show.
He likes to watch, folks.
There it is.
Adam King, 10 TV. Thanks for the visit, my man. We come back top of the hour. And how badly did this team want to move on? I'll tell you next. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
Catch the latest from the world of Ohio State athletics. Weeknights at 6 on the Buckeye Show. New special guests in everything scarlet and gray. The Fan.
All the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
Hi, this is Max with Buckeye Heating and Cooling. Like your vehicle, your heating, cooling, and plumbing systems need to be maintained. We recommend our True Comfort membership designed to keep things working in tip-top shape. Thanks for letting us keep your home comfortable and plumbing worry-free. But when you need us,
call 614-683-9911. Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
Get your car ready for spring adventures. This month at your local AAA Tire and Auto Service location, buy 3 select tires and get 1 free. And on the plus side, AAA members save more. Offer ends March 31st. See store for details.
Build your cybersecurity skills and prep for thousands of open positions employers are desperate to fill. Attend classes live online or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify.
Enjoy more ways to save at Kroger, like low prices in every aisle. And you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the Kroger app. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. So it's always easy to save big. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply. See site for details.
Save on 12-pack cans of Coca-Cola or 6-packs of Pepsi or Pure Leaf Tea. Select varieties or buy 3, get 3 free with your card. Limit 12. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
At Great Lakes Hyundai, the savings are so good.
Take your shot to save at Great Lakes Hyundai. Shoot the hoop to get extra savings on your new car purchase. On top of big shot savings like 0% financing on 26 Hyundai Santa Fe's and Tucson's for up to 5 years. Plus, make no payments for 90 days. It's the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Dublin or Columbus or GLakesHyundai.com. With Pro Credit, some customers may not qualify. Interest accrues during no payment period. New Hyundais come equipped with owner assurance and America's Best warranty. A 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain coverage. Offer ends 3/31.
Hey friends, Beamer here, and I just want to let you know our son's about to turn 3 here this week. Baby boy number 2, he could show up any day now. And as you know, I got started on Awaken 180 because I wanted to keep up with the boys, with the babies. Well, it turns out that baby isn't a baby any longer. He has legs and he runs everywhere. Every parent knows this. Kids run their own schedule, so life in our house has gone from busy to really busy, and that's exactly why I'm grateful I started Awaken 180. Chasing a toddler is already a workout. Soon it's going to be 2 little guys who don't slow down. Since
losing the weight. I've got more energy. I'm sleeping better. I'm not dragging through the day. I'm more present. And more importantly, I'm more patient. And that matters because this is not about looking different. It's about being active with my boys now and being there for them years from now. Awaken 180 gave me a clear plan, real coaching, and results that last. If you've got a busy season coming up or you're already in one, now's the time to do so. Awaken180weightloss.com. Get started today.
At Germain Honda of Dublin, they get it. Nobody grows up dreaming of driving a minivan, but it's hard to argue with unbeatable versatility. Enter the Honda Odyssey, packed with space, comfort, and family-friendly features that make life easier. And if you want efficiency, Germain Honda has you covered with great incentives on hybrid favorites like the CR-V, the Civic, and the Accord. Shop Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road just south of 270 and at GermainHondaofDublin.com.
Thinking about buying your first home? Now, with Third Federal, you can buy your first home and pay no PMI. Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. Private mortgage insurance, or PMI, can cost thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. And you may not realize PMI doesn't protect you. It only protects the lender in case of default. But at Third Federal, you can buy a home with just 5% down and no PMI. Plus, first-time home buyers get $750 off a closing cost. So if you're thinking about buying your first home, go for it and visit thirdfederal.com.
Even before you find a home, lock in 5.79% APR 5.82% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-3rd-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. See conditions for closing cost coupon at thirdfederal.com/FTHB. Equal housing lender.
With Aetna, I always get a quick answer and I don't have to search on the internet. They go above and beyond to help me with whatever I need.
Those words from a real Aetna Medicare Advantage member speak to why U.S. News & World Report named us a best Medicare Advantage company. Because we show up on calls with members and doctors' offices when requested. We show up with access to convenient care options. We show up for you. Because that's how healthier happens together. Member feedback has been edited for length and clarity.
Broadcasting live from the McDaniel GM Superstore Studios, driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. WBNS HD1 Columbus.
Good afternoon. I'm Ryan Baker. What a morning for Ohio State as Ted Carter has resigned as president. This due to an inappropriate relationship. A transition plan will be released later this week. The Columbus Blue Jackets with a Monday matinee today at 4 p.m. They'll host the Los Angeles Kings. This one the makeup from the January 26th game that was postponed due to the snowstorm. Jet Greaves gets the start in goal tonight. Legal tampering in the NFL began today. The Miami Dolphins are signing quarterback Malik Willis to a 3-year deal. The Pittsburgh Steelers are trading for wide receiver Michael Pittman. Travis Kelce is expected to return to the Kansas City Chiefs. Cactus League action, the Cleveland Guardians taking on the Kansas City Royals and the Cincinnati Reds hosting the Athletics, both games at 4:05. This one's sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com. Stop snoring, sleep better, live better.
Most shows just skim the surface, but Rothman and Ice feel like the biggest story of the day deserves a closer look. It's time for a deeper dive.
Sponsored by Low T Center. Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
All right, final hour of the program, Ian Fitzsimmons, bottom of the hour. The Miami Dolphins have solved their quarterback issue. They haven't really solved their books yet, but as Maddie always says, those books can get cooked at any time. I didn't think this was going to be possible. I didn't think this team would be able to take $100 million and just say, oh, well, but Browns fan out there is saying, hold my beer. Because that, you know what I mean? Like, they've done that with their quarterback situation.
I think, too, the Bronco fans are thankful that their team ate all that money, that Russell Wilson, was still on their books for a while. And so that kind of blueprint is out there. The Broncos have been able to crawl out of that hole quickly because they hit on Bo Nix in the draft. And so that's going to be the pressure point now for some franchises when you make a move like that. But like you're saying, Miami feels like they have their guy today.
The Dolphins are releasing Tua.
Yep.
I'm not saying he's a bust because he's had a lot of problems health-wise. At times, he looked like a guy who could manage a football team at that level. right? There were at times while he stayed healthy and started 14 games, but he wasn't throwing a lot of touchdowns. He was throwing a lot of picks. And I do believe that between Tua and Tyreek and Jalen Waddle, that Miami was the only team in the NFL with 3 offensive skill guys making at least $70 million in guaranteed money. Like, it was a lot when you think about that. Tyreek had 70, Jalen Waddle had 70, and he did. They combined for $311 million in guaranteed money. That's incredible. When you go through like offensive skill trio and then add a tight end to the mix if you want, or just go quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, like that's amazing. And Miami, since Marino retired 26 years ago, they really haven't had anybody they could count on. And Tua was a guy that came out of college with a dramatic flair, with a kind of, I can play big when the lights are the brightest. We all questioned his arm, but not his heart. He could move. And on the right team, you thought he'd be okay. When they got Tannehill in the first round many, many years ago, he's the only guy that they kind of stuck with a little bit. And so the expectation for Tua was that he was going to be the guy they could build around. And he led the NFL, just 3 years ago, he led the NFL in passing. He set a career high with 29 touchdown passes. That's why I'm not calling him a bust. A bust never gets even that. A bust never even gets even close. So to lead the league in passing, I think we can say that he's been underwhelming since then for sure, but no one's led the league in passing since Marino did it in the early 90s, or a Dolphin. And so here we are. And so they cut him, Matty, and how they're going to, the money, and then they did sign Willis, correct?
Yeah, so they're going to eat a whole bunch of money and spend even more money because the Malik Willis contract has been one of the most intriguing kind of talking points throughout the early offseason here is what exactly is that contract going to look like? Now we know. Dolphins are hitting Malik with a 3-year, $67.5 million contract. It looks like about 45 of that is going to be guaranteed. This feels appropriate to me. It feels appropriate to me. You look at the new regime down there in Miami, Jeff Hafley, new head coach, their new GM. He comes from Green Bay as well. So clearly they know how Malik is wired. They know what the dude is about day in and day out, the work that he puts in. And so just like, everything in life, look, there's a relationship there. So if you're Jeff Hafley, you look around the market and you're saying, do we want to roll the dice on some of these free agents that are out there? The free agent market does not look that good. We know Daniel Jones is going back to Indy. And then other than that, there's some questionable quarterback play around the league. And so are you going to roll the dice on Tua again? We know the answer is no to that. Were they going to roll the dice on Kyler Murray? I'm sure they have conversations about that. But Malik Willis and what he did up there in Green Bay, and now with the new decision makers down there in Miami, it's the same crew. And so they're going to bring him in. It's a roll of the dice. I don't think it's a crippling contract at all. So we'll see if he can build off of the very, very small sample size that he has, and he hops into a competitive division. So for Malik Willis, look, you have Jalen Waddle down there. You got Devon Achane down there. So that's not a bad duo to be rocking with if you're a quarterback. So this is going to be a interesting case study again around the NFL. Can a guy that had to wait his time, go to another team, get a little bit of stuff out there on tape, now be the next Baker, Sam Darnold, whoever it may be, because there's a bit of a trend right now in the NFL with those guys having to sit back for a little bit, learn a little bit more, and then when they get handed the keys to a new franchise, it's worked out pretty well for a couple teams around the NFL.
Yeah, I'm with you. I kind of leaned into the flair that Malik Willis has. I know it's a short sample, but if they got him for a little over $20 million a year, that's not. They didn't crush it. So I think that the debate that you and I have had for weeks about this, it's kind of a moot point now because the money is okay. You're getting a starting quarterback who, in a few games, showed you that he's still young enough to where if you hit, it's a great get, and if you don't hit,
it's not going to kill you.
It shouldn't kill you. And for people saying that, the Browns should have been interested at this price. Okay, I'm not going to deny at this price, maybe the Browns could have been interested. I think the Browns feel a little more about Shedeur in that if you just kind of control what you can control now and building this team around him and not just spending on a quarterback that either will stunt his growth that you don't know is going to turn out and you don't know what Willis is going to be. And I don't know if this is going to be the one we look back at from years from now and say, man, that came back to haunt
He's
you.
the one that got away. For some Browns fans, I have to imagine that's Baker Mayfield more than anything, right? With what his career's kind of turned into, since obviously he was in your own building. But yeah, I think for the Browns, spending money on a quarterback for me wouldn't have made a bunch of sense, especially when they have the question marks in that room already. This needs to be another year of figuring out exactly what you have there. And if they are going to spend money on in free agency on offense, it should be on that offensive line. It should be trying to bring in another playmaker. And so Malik Willis, for me, wasn't very realistic. The connecting of the dots with he in Miami always made a whole bunch of sense. And so the Browns have already made one swing, bringing in Titus Howard on the offensive line. We'll see what they can cook up here, because deals are happening all over the league right now.
The other one that we didn't mention earlier when we brought up Kelsey was that Kenny Walker going to Kansas City is pretty massive.
Yeah.
That's a big deal for them.
Oh, yeah.
And they get they just added a defensive tackle, and they get the most coveted RB free agent around right now.
Super Bowl MVP, no doubt they are. And this also signals to me that through some back channel conversations, they know that Jeremiah Love wouldn't have been there at 9. Because I think I don't know what the contract is. Do you have the contract for Kenneth Walker? What they
3
handed?
years, 29 million fully guaranteed.
Okay, so over
3 or 45.
45.
Yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
to me, that's kind of what this signals, right? Like, there's been so much conversation about, obviously, one, Mahomes getting back healthy and what that's going to look like, but just reworking this offense a little bit. The whole CEH, Pacheco, Kareem Hunt window of time, they needed to close that window and move on to something new. And so Kenneth Walker is obviously that. I think he brings some thump to that offense. He brings some speed. We saw that in the Super Bowl performance as well. And so now, look, this is a Chiefs team that is going to be dealing with 2 first-round picks, and they're not obviously going to take a running back with one of those now. They have their guy. And so this is I think, a really good signing for them. I still think they need a little bit more pop on the offensive end, but they just need some balance. Like, I don't know if they're going to get back to where they were a few years ago, where they're just hitting you up over the top all the time with those big-time plays with Tyreek and that crew. We talked about Kelsey earlier. He slowed down just a bit, but they need to take some pressure off Mahomes, because last year, I believe he was their leading rusher. And we were talking a lot coming in here on Mondays about, my goodness, 15's running the rock a lot, and you don't want to be living in that world moving forward. So now you bring in a guy that you know can provide some balance for you, and yeah, I'm here for it.
So on paper, it's an overpay. I think $15 million a year for him is an overpay, although I feel like you feel that this is a place that wants to restart a dynasty as fast as possible. And he gives you a lot. Now, the joke would be, the humor in it would be, they just got the best running back in the NFL for 7 games. Like, he does get dinged up. He's that kind of guy. But he gives you a lot in the passing game, and he's been a stud, so good for him. Yep. He's only 25, but I think his body, from all the stuff, the knees and everything, he's probably older football-wise than 25. I understand why the Seahawks didn't want to match this or didn't want to try to get to that number.
I'm interested, though, because, like, the Charbonnet injury, too. Like, what do they? Yep. Maybe they feel good about the recovery and where that already is and his availability to start the year. I have no idea what that's going to look like, but I thought maybe there would be a better chance that he would go back because of that injury. But as soon as they didn't put the tag on him, he was going to have his suitors. And Kansas City is in win now mode as they always are. And so for him, now I'm sure he's very geeked up about playing with Mahomes, and more importantly, probably playing in an offense that's led and called by Andy Reid.
Yeah, for people saying, man, Mahomes needed this kind of help, he might now. He might.
Look at the offense the last few years. It's been okay. Yeah. Since Tyreek left, it's just been okay. They've won a couple of Super Bowls because their defense has been elite in a couple of those years there. Mahomes is still going to have his Mahomes magic every once in a while, but just because you have Mahomes, to me, doesn't mean that you shouldn't be investing at a high level with certain premier players at certain positions if you can get your hands on them. So if I'm a Chiefs fan, I would be very excited about this.
All right, this guy wanted out, and now he can be probably the missing link for a contender. We'll tell you who that is next. And the Steelers get themselves a weapon as well. We'll tell you about it. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
The only workplace in America to participate in the Doorknob Fart Game. And we also play office basketball and sometimes do radio. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If your garage floor has stains, cracks, or even the dreaded bad epoxy job, maybe one you tried to do yourself, maybe one you paid for and it didn't work out, it can make your entire garage look bad. Let's be honest about it. And maybe those botched garage floor coatings that you've had in the past have put you off of ever getting it fixed. Well, my friends, let me tell you, the people at Comer & Cross Concrete Floor Coatings want you to know there is a fix out there. They can make your garage floor gleaming, glistening, look like a new car showroom. You call Comer & Cross at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, and they will come out with their pros, no subcontractors, and install a gleaming new Comer & Cross garage floor in just one day. Yeah, this floor is guaranteed to never chip, crack, or even show tire lift like epoxy or paint can. Never going to have that problem with Comer & Cross. Call them today, 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. It's that easy. 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, or you go to comercross.com. That's COMER cross.com. Get a new garage floor with Comer & Cross Concrete Floor Coatings today.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, you may be in big trouble with Chip Wood.
Our owner?
Free oil changes along with alignment?
On any 4-tire purchase.
And Goodyear's up to $160 off?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike, but I'm telling.
But the Wood family is behind all this.
Oh, those rascals.
But don't tell the accountants.
Of course not. And what do they do again?
Buy any set of 4 tires at Tire Discounters and get a free alignment and oil change. Make them Goodyears and save up to $160 more. See store for details.
The sports book at Hollywood Casino Columbus is the place to be for all the basketball action. Watch every game at once on 2 video walls spanning 50 feet, plus over 30 TVs. Come show off your jump shot in our King of the Court drawings and take home memorabilia from a Cleveland basketball legend. We've also got unbeatable game day food and drinks all season long. Guarantee your spot. Reserve a table with up to $300 in dining credits at HollywoodColumbus.com. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Working your way through that home projects list? More flushes, more showers, more fiddling with the thermostat. Trust the pros at the Waterworks for all your plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling needs. Call the Waterworks, trusted and certified plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling experts.
Things people don't believe in. Little green aliens. Bigfoot. And that Spectrum TV combines all your favorite streaming apps with live TV at no extra cost. But that one is actually true. You get over $100 worth of streaming apps like HBO Max, Hulu, Paramount Plus, Peacock, AMC Plus, and more, included with live TV at no extra cost. It's only the way TV should be. It's only everything. Learn more at SpectrumTV.com.
If only there was a radio show that constantly talked about Ohio State athletics. Well, good news. It's real, baby. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
Proud to be your flagship home of the Buckeyes, The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
At St. Jude, every innovation we make is a moment we give to children with cancer everywhere. But we can't do it without you.
Learn more at stjude.org.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is, fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, commercial properties. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Visit us today at TurboTrackRealty.com or give us a call and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
A beautiful day today as we kick off the work week with plenty of sunshine, breezy winds, and highs in the upper 60s to low 70s. For tonight, clouds will increase overnight with our lows in the 50s. And then for Tuesday, we do have a chance of some spotty showers and storms. Otherwise, mostly cloudy skies and very mild with highs in the mid-70s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 weather impact forecast.
No hot takes, no dancing, plenty of stupid. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Rothman and Ice present Free Snap Reads.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
All right, well, you had to be pumped about this. Max Crosby going to your Ravens.
Fell to my knees in happiness on Friday night, AR.
That was a big one.
could not believe what my eyes were reading when I saw the alerts popping up on my phone.
Couldn't they have gotten... I thought the Bears might get him to at least go to the NFC.
Well, I think maybe if you're the Raiders, you know you're going into rebuild mode a little bit. And by the sounds of it, I know Shefty and some others were reporting that, like, Dallas was really in on this, and then my Ravens came in with that extra first-round pick, and that was the difference maker there, because I think the Cowboys didn't want to go beyond a first and a second-round pick, and the Ravens said, we'll give you 26 and we'll give you 27. And so I'm absolutely here for it.
2 first-rounders for a 29, 30-year-old.
We're not getting a player as good as Max Crosby
coming
at
off knee
14.
surgery.
Who are we getting at 14 that would have been better than Max Crosby right now?
Someone less risky.
Who is that, though? Because we're not going to get a David Bailey or, like, I wouldn't want David Bailey or Messidor. Like, this is Max Crosby we're talking about. And next year, if we're going to be as good as I think maybe some people think we should be, that pick's going to be fairly low. And so I also think this, too, whether it was my team or any team, when you're in your window and you think you're close, there's got to be a point in time where you kind of push your chips in, especially
life's a gamble.
You got to gamble, right? And I think you just have to. Yes.
Life's a gamble. Let's take it.
And I think that's where the Ravens are. We've seen other teams do this as well. And after years, they are of just watching guys like Myles Garrett and T.J. Watt wreck games in the AFC North, to get a guy that has that ability. Yeah, sign me up for that. I love the move.
Yeah, listen, I'm with you. All this it's results-based, because I could give you cautionary tale after another. The Colts traded for Sauce Gardner. He got injured 2 games after the deal. The Seahawks, the Jamal Adams trade.
Those guys aren't trenches guys, though. Like, to me, you can make more of a difference down there than like a corner or safety, in my opinion. He's a top 5 guy.
His, 3rd deal now. This is when you got to strike now, though. There's not a whole lot of time to wait with him.
There's a few years there for sure. Like, I think he'll be a really, really good player. At least, obviously I'm biased, but I'm hoping that that's the case for the next few. And so, when you have the roster that they have and the quarterback that they have, I think it's appropriate for a GM or an owner to take swings the way that, like, the Rams have done. When they know that they're in their window, go chase it if you can.
So the other one that we're waiting on here is Kyler Murray, and he will be the most coveted now based on his price and what he can bring to an offense. Former number 1 overall pick, offensive rookie of the year, 2-time Pro Bowler. His durability, I question almost his work ethic more. But I think if he did go somewhere, this is the best time to get Kyler Murray. He's already getting paid by somebody else. That's the number 1 great thing. Right. Number 2 thing, I think this happens in athletes' lives where they get a fuse lit under them again, saying that team gave up on me. Now, he probably had a lot to do with that in Arizona moving on. But if he could get into the Vikings offense and give him a dome and those weapons and that coach and say, hey, this is what we need you to be, he's got a great track record of being able to produce in time. And I think this would be a big home run from my Vikes. And I don't think the only team they're probably really competing with is probably Atlanta as far as teams that may be ready to win.
And would it be, I think, realistically appealing to him, right? As far as just like the playmakers that he would have to hit the ground running with. And so maybe there's some probably games being played behind the scenes between his agent, Atlanta, and Minnesota. But you brought up, I think what's a real point in this is that the coin on the next contract is not going to be very high. Like, this guy's getting paid $36 million from the Arizona Cardinals. And so you bring up a good point, AR. Sometimes, like, you get a little ego hit when you're an athlete, right? Where your whole life you've been this guy, number 1 pick. You could be a pro in baseball and all that. Now you get humbled a little bit. And I think if I were him, I would lean into going to Minnesota because of, yes, the weapons are tremendous, but it's also what Kevin O'Connell has shown that he can do with quarterbacks, right, that need to get off the mat or having a backup come in for a week or 2 and play pretty well. And so I think that marriage is really good right there. And plus, you're Minnesota. You feel like your roster is ready to make some noise. We saw it last year. This year you had some bad to average play at quarterback, and you're still 9-8. And so, there's a lot of confidence in that building that they should be able to be ready to go if Kyler Murray can get back to maybe not even what he was. If he takes a step back from that and he's a top 15-ish type of quarterback in the league, then you're going to be on to something if you're Minnesota.
Yeah, this isn't about stunting J.J. McCarthy's growth. This is about trying to find a guy who may be your future if it isn't J.J. McCarthy, and you can get him on the cheap.
Yeah.
If he was really expensive, I'd have to question it. And then maybe you lean into what you thought McCarthy would be, which is a good system quarterback, which is all. Listen, they like J.J. McCarthy because of the team that was drafting him. Not everybody wanted J.J. McCarthy, but the Vikings were probably a team that said, we don't have to ask you to do a crazy amount to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
He just hasn't been healthy enough, and he's taken his lumps early on as a young quarterback and not making great decisions. But I was never scared of, because if Kyler Murray hits, then who cares whether you blew a pick on J.J. McCarthy? Then you still have a really viable, good quarterback. And what this league is about now is just you keep throwing it at the wall and you just hope you hit. The other one...
Real quick, because I agree with everything you said. I think also, too, when it comes to JJ is, if you guys were a bad team, then I think you can roll him out there again, right? Just say, okay, let's see what the kid has and see if he can figure this out. Because you guys aren't a bad team, if we're running the show as owners or the GMs or whatever, we can't let this roster just drag through the mud and hope that he's going to figure it out. We need to bring somebody in here that's going to have his teammates' confidence, but his abilities are going to be higher than what JJ's are right now. And I think that's Kyler Murray. So if that happens, I think it'd be a pretty good get for your gang. Right?
We don't have any cap space anyway. Like this could be the saving of the offseason for a team that has nothing to spend. We have very limited options right now. And if you target a budget quarterback like that, take a chance.
Mm-hmm.
The other one, which is interesting, and I was wondering kind of why they traded him, was Michael Pittman leaves the Colts to go to the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
He was set to earn, this comes down to cap space, so I'll answer my own question. Pittman was going to earn $22 million next year and has a cap hit of almost 30. So that, for context around it, he's going to have the 7th largest salary cap hit of any receiver in football. I think his base salary is tied for 7th as well. So I guess this came down to that. It didn't align with what the Colts wanted to afford. This frees up $24 million for them. And Alec Pierce's new deal.
He just re-upped and got a big old bag.
So there was no way from I love when I say this because you don't think it's real. There was no way from a salary cap perspective that both of those contracts could have been on the books. I don't care what you say. There's no way they could have done it.
You know my saying, the cap be capping.
No, there's no way. You couldn't have both.
Alec Pierce, to your point, AR, signed a 4-year, $116 million deal today. So for Pittsburgh.
Tell them what the Steelers paid. 3 years, 60.
For Pittman?
Yeah.
I like this move for them. We were talking last year when they moved on from George Pickens. I was like, I don't know, man. It's kind of light on the playmaker side of things. So now you'll pair Pittman opposite DK Metcalf, and they're going to have maybe the most physically imposing duo at wide receiver. I'm not saying that's going to make them the best, but you look at DK Metcalf and his body type, and you're bringing Pittman in now at 6'4", 230, like 220 or whatever that looks like. If you're a quarterback, whether that's Aaron Rodgers or somebody else, like you're talking guys that you can trust to win those 50-50 balls. So from a body type perspective, he kind of feels like a Pittsburgh Steeler to me with his physical abilities. And if I'm DK Metcalf, I like this as well because this is going to open up more opportunities for him because you have to respect Pittman's ability. So this is a 28-year-old guy that's put some good tape out there in his career, coming off a season where he had 7 touchdowns. Now you look at that wide receiver room for Pittsburgh, and I like this move for them. He doesn't need to be a number 1. I think he can be a solid number 2 over there.
He's a really hard-nosed player.
Yeah.
And he's a guy that won't mind being a number 2 and will find his role any way he can get it. And now the Pittsburgh Steelers have a little bit of a wide receiver duo moving forward in the future. They just don't have any answer at quarterback yet. So I'm a little curious on why he felt like I'd love to ask Pittman. So why were they so appealing?
Well, he got traded, right? This wasn't a free agent signing, so he got traded over there, right? But I hear what you're saying, AR.
I just thought he'd have a little more power in what happened to him. Some guys do, but maybe he didn't.
Maybe he did. I wonder if this is a needle mover for old Aaron. Was this something that, he looks at? We'll obviously wait and see, but the playmakers today are better than when they were, when the last game ended for Pittsburgh in that wide receiver.
The second he agreed to a new 3-year deal, so he must be pretty into it at that money, or a lot of it could be led by money and that security. We'll come back in 2 minutes with our friend Ian Fitzsimmons and examine it all with him. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Shopping with your parents can be embarrassing.
Why would they sell jeans with holes in them? I'm going to speak to the manager.
Mom!
That hoodie is giving. You should get it. YOLO.
Thanks to the Chase mobile app, your kid can shop independently while you keep an eye on their spending. So you can go from...
We can be twinsies.
...to...
How was shopping? Saw you stayed on budget.
Thanks, Mom. Freedom for kids, control for parents. That's family banking from Chase.
Account subject to approval. Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
Get Eco.
Hey, Aaron. Hey, Jerry. You know, as much as I enjoy being a professional inventor, a few of my dream inventions still elude me.
Oh, yeah? Like what?
Well, the bruiseless avocado.
Ooh.
The unlosable TV remote.
Could change the world.
And for you, Aaron, the uncloggable drain.
Get Eco.
Until you crack it, Jerry. You know our 93 or free drain clearing offer is the next best thing.
Okay. Explain yourself.
Get Eco.
Our drain team will clear your drain for just $93. If we can't clear it, it's free. And we guarantee it'll stay clear for at least a year, or we will clear it again for free.
Get Eco.
We'll even send our little robot camera down there to make sure you don't have a larger problem that could cause more trouble in the future.
Get Eco.
You think your guys could bring that robot over to my place and help me find that TV remote?
I think that's impossible even for us.
Get Eco.
Eco, plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians.
GetEco.com.
Rothman Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Matty is a diehard Reds fan. I mean, where else is he going to go? You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
All right, latest signing is soon-to-be 33-year-old Mike Evans. He's coming off of his least productive year in a dozen years in the league. I had him in fantasy, and so he got injured, then he came back, and then he fell awkwardly diving and a collarbone. But, you know, he's 6'5", 230. He may not be the fastest guy on earth, but he's dangerous. He's going to San Francisco.
Okay. I like this swing for the Niners. The dude's a Hall of Famer. He played in 8 games last year. The Brandon Ayuk experience was a failure with that contract. You need some pop in that playmaking core. With
Red zone, dude.
No doubt. Kittle coming off the Achilles injury. Now you get a known product in there. Purdy's got to love this, and Shanahan's going to know what the heck to do with him.
All right. A guy who's probably vindicated with this because the first day into free agency, Kenny Walker does sign with Kansas City of all teams, and he's our guy Ian Fitzsimmons of ESPN sideline reporter. You've got to look at this, my man, as being a pretty big overpay by the Chiefs, $15 million per.
And we talked about this last week and the week before. If I'm Kenneth Walker III, I don't want to be tagged, and I want to take my MVP on a nice little joyride, and let's go shopping. And Kansas City ends up going, you know what? Stop the train right here. You're not going to another stop. And I'm with you. I think they did overpay a bit, but you know, K9 still has a few years left in him. You know, he was splitting time with Zach Charbonnet. He'll be also splitting time there with Pacheco in Kansas City if Pacheco does come back. But he's a playmaker to say the least. But I don't think he's that guy that you can feed him 20-25 times in 17 games. As a matter of fact, there's not many of those guys left anymore in the NFL. So I'm happy for K9. He's an unbelievable human, remarkable player. But we talked about it, and this is something that, I don't know, it's harsh, but I learned this with covering the Cowboys when DeMarco Murray was there. And he had over 500 touches in his last year with the Cowboys, led the NFL in rushing, had a remarkable season. And Cowboy fans are going, oh, we got to bring him back. You got to pay him. No, you don't. After a year like that, and you're in your fourth, fifth year in the league, you just ship him off, seek life elsewhere. Hope you get paid. Hope you have a heck of a run. We're going to go and draft another running back and run him into the ground. And in 4 or 5 years, you turn his ass loose also. It's cutthroat. It's vicious. But that's the way I would treat the running back position in the NFL, and that's exactly what Seattle did.
So, Fitzy, I love kind of following the Blues clues of free agency and trying to connect the dots to the draft and kind of staying with the running back vibe we have going on here. We talked earlier about the signing, and I said Kansas City must know in their building they're not getting Jeremiah Love, right? They're spending money on a running back. He's not going to be there at 9. And then we also see today the New Orleans Saints go out and bring in Travis Etienne. So they probably have a feel that he won't be there either. And I think now enters the Tennessee Titans into the equation at maybe even 4 for Jeremiah Love because they're bringing in playmakers on offense to help out Cam Ward. So what's your read on that whole running back situation right now when it comes to Jeremiah Love in the draft?
You might have to get in front of Arizona at 3 because they might be interested in Jeremiah Love, man. After the combine, and I don't give a damn about measurables. It's like Reuben Bain and his arm length, right? Well, yes, his arms are shorter than 31 inches. I do not care. The guy made plays. That's it. He plays angry. I mean, angry as hell. So, but after the combine, Jeremiah Love went from a top 10 pick to arguably, to your point, man, going inside the top 5. So if you want Jeremiah Love, in my opinion, one of the top 2 players in the entire draft, you might have to go get in front of Arizona. And I know they're bringing Connor back again, but don't care. He ain't Jeremiah Love. Look, think about this, guys. The last 2 years in big boy college football, FBS, Division I level, nobody scored more touchdowns combined over the last 2 years from scrimmage than Jeremiah Love did at Notre Dame. 40 of them. And, oh, by the way, I think 8 of those were from 60 yards and beyond. So think about that, man. I mean, he's not just a home run threat. He can tote it, block it, and catch it. You might have to get in front of Tennessee and go to Arizona in order to get Jeremiah Love, which is absolutely crazy, but he's earned it.
It's a good call by you because I was just looking up some stats from Arizona. Michael Carter was their leading rusher, 333 yards. And Connor, who you mentioned, is going to turn 31 in May. And he's coming off season-ending foot injury. And so the only issue is now they don't have a quarterback. They just lost Malik Willis, if he was going to be their guy, to Miami. I guess they have Jacoby Brissett. Is he still there?
Yeah, Brissett's there. No, by the way, everyone talks about how well Aaron Rodgers played last year. Go look at Jacoby Brissett's numbers. Go ahead and pull it up right now on ESPN.com. Go to the stats page. You know who was one spot in front of Aaron Rodgers? And when it comes to yards per game, completion percentage, almost identical. Touchdown, tosses, almost identical. Jacoby, I think I had 2 more picks than Aaron Rodgers did, but basically almost identical stats. I mean, we're going to go, my cousin Benny here, identical. I mean, and so Jacoby Brissett is a dude who played in 13, 14 games last year? And had very similar numbers to Aaron Rodgers. So if that's your option for 1 year until next year's quarterback class, which is going to be a heck of a lot deeper, then so be it. That doesn't mean I'm passing on Jeremiah Love just because I don't have a quarterback.
They did sign Tyler Algier from Atlanta for 2 years. Arizona did.
Yeah, well aware.
So they got him.
When you're taking carries from Bijan Robinson, that's doing something. But still, that's a 2-year contract, man. I mean, if you want a true home run hitter, Jeremiah Love's your guy.
Tell me what you think about the Dolphins moving on from Tua. He came in with so much. Yeah, it's hard to do, though, right? $99 million dead cap, but they found a replacement in Malik Willis. I wasn't even sure they were going to be able to get out of this contract, but they decided, hey, we're going to bite the bullet. We're not going to look back. And now his future seems really tough. He's just a backup in the league now, isn't he, Tua?
Yeah, no? He's going to have to go prove himself somewhere, just like Sam Darnold did, just like Baker Mayfield did, and just like Daniel Jones is trying to do right now. Word is that Atlanta is kicking the tires on Tua right now. I don't think he's a starter this year, but you go check the ego. He and Kyler Murray are very similar right now because, one, Kyler's also coming off an injury. Tua has just been a shell of himself since he led the NFL in passing a few years ago. But you're going to get those guys at around $1 million, too. That's it, because the Cardinals are paying 99% of Kyler's salary. The Dolphins, as you mentioned, are paying 99% of Tua's salary. You're getting them at a ridiculous discount just to see what they have. So I think both those guys are worth kicking the tires on because you're basically paying them even less than the league minimum at that most important position in sports. So I wouldn't say either one of their careers are anywhere near over yet, but they have to go prove that they can be a starter again in this league.
Steelers trade for Michael Pittman today. Let me ask you this, Fitzy. Should the Steelers want Aaron Rodgers to come back?
Hell no. Absolutely not. If I'm a Steelers fan, I don't want him coming back. He's going to turn 43 in December, man. And again, Jacoby Brissett had similar numbers as Aaron Rodgers did. They were both middle of the road when it comes to completion percentage, yards per game, touchdowns. I mean, come on. He's a year older. I mean, when was the last time you saw a quarterback do a pirouette trying to avoid getting hit while throwing the football? We saw that. I've seen it one time in my life, once, and that was with Aaron Rodgers last year. That dude does not want that smoke. He doesn't want to get hit anymore, but he still wants to get paid. And he wants to go out on a high note. But look, man, it's very rare when you go out on your own terms in professional athletics. Forget just football. I'm talking just any pro sport. It is so damn rare. If it's me in Pittsburgh, I was also looking at Malik Willis. Obviously, he's going to with familiar friends, and Halfley, who was the defensive coordinator. Malik Willis was running, the twos against his starters, so he knows exactly what Malik Willis has, along with the new GM in Miami. But if I were the Steelers, I would have made a run at Malik. We all know Arizona also because of Mike LaFleur, Matt's brother, being the head coach there. There was familiarity with Malik. But right now, since you couldn't get Willis, I really want to know, what do I have in Will Howard? I'm a Will Howard fan. When he was at Kansas State, I called him the greatest tight end to ever play quarterback in the history of college football. And he goes up, sheds a bunch of weight there, and we all know what he did when the stage was grandest and the lights brightest. He was absolutely sensational in that remarkable national title run in those 4 games. Ask any one of the teams, whether it's Tennessee, whether it's Texas, whether it's Oregon or Notre Dame. Will Howard played his best ball against the best teams. So if I'm Pittsburgh, I want to see what he does or does not have.
What about Geno Smith? Would you take him?
He was a turnover machine last year. But, again, where was he? Hell.
Yeah.
The Raiders, right?
That's right.
I mean, you want to go to die, there's 3 squads. And I'm sorry, Browns fans, but this is quarterback hell. I mean, you're playing in the inner rings of Dante's Inferno if you're playing for the Raiders, the Browns, or the Jets. That's all there is to it, man. You're part of the 7 deadly sins, and it ain't easy to be cured. Confessional booth ain't enough. So best of luck to you, man. But I'll tell you this much. I'll do one move the Raiders made today, and that is Tyler Linderbaum. He is arguably the second best center in all of football, and they paid him. Why? Fernando Mendoza. They're already trying to shore up the interior of that offensive line, starting with the most important one, along with left tackle. But to me, when you have a rookie quarterback, you have to have a brilliant center who plays with a very angry attitude, and that's Linderbaum. He can help him make checks and everything else like that. But look, I mean, Mendoza's so damn smart. A guy was going to Yale before Cal offered him, right? So, but I thought that was one of the smartest moves the Raiders have made in years, and that is bringing in Tyler Linderbaum from Baltimore.
Great stuff, and I didn't even ask you if you were
in. That was the most serious conversation.
It really was. It's way too serious. That's why I was, even at the end, I was trying to save it with maybe a Joe Burrow, Jessica Alba signing, but I wasn't sure you'd have a take on that.
Man, Alba in the early 2000s, strong as new rope. I haven't seen her recently.
Fantastic.
The rope still is strong, Fitzy. That's how I'm seeing it.
Garlic milkshake, baby.
She was in a movie called The Mechanic about. Well, no, you know what? It's already 5-10 years ago. Now forget it. I'm losing track, but I'm
Googling. I haven't seen her in a while, but yeah. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that, she first-round pick, maybe even trading up.
It's not quite a reverse Belichick, but it's fun to do the math a little bit.
A reverse Belichick.
Yeah.
How old is Jessica Alba these days?
44. Joey B is 29. So.
Hey, man, Burrow likes the Cougs. Go get it, man. You better stretch first, though, because that's a veteran.
Maddie's still he's still making a run at Halle Berry.
Yeah, I support shooting shots, man. I'm here for this.
Selma Hayek, another one right there.
Win.
Aged well.
Still a first-round pick in my eyes.
See, we saved the free agency conversation.
My wife just walked in the room looking at me like, what in the hell are you fools talking about?
You just
you
tell
still
her
dominate all of them, baby.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean.
Tell you to do a quick hit with TMZ. All right. We'll talk to you soon, my man.
See you, Fitzy.
See you, boys.
He's the best. Ian Fitzsimmons, ESPN sideline reporter on the Bryant Heating Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. We come back with Tell the Truth. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
Wake up with the Fan. Eat lunch with the Fan. Go to bed with the Fan. Dream about the Fan. Then change your sheets. Gross.
Ew, you guys are gross, but stick around in case I don't find anyone else.
The Fan.
Looking for a job that's all fun and games? El Dorado Scioto Downs, your premier Caesars entertainment destination in Columbus, is hiring passionate and hardworking individuals to our winning team. We're filling multiple positions, including security, food and beverage, gaming attendants, and more. Whether you're looking for a new career or a seasonal position at the action-packed racetrack, we've got you covered. Meet the team at our hiring fair on Friday, March 20th from 12 to 4 p.m. at the clubhouse, or apply online today at Caesars.com/careers. Must be 21 plus to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Bacon, sausage, egg, cheese, made from scratch biscuits, fresh baked croissants, cinnamon swirl French toast. Hungry? Grab a hot UDF breakfast sandwich made in store for your morning. UDF, mornings made for you.
Last year, I had back pain radiating down my right leg. The pain was so bad I was willing to cut my leg off to stop the pain. I could barely walk and had to stoop over when I did just to take pressure off the spine. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. In my professional career, I've represented thousands of people who've had herniated discs and issues with their neck and back, but never fully appreciated what they were going through until it was my turn. It's like trying to describe colors to a blind person who's never had sight. All I can tell you is it hurt like hell, but worse. My daily walk was gone, and that bothered me a great deal. Then I thought of all of you and how much more devastating this type of injury could be for you. My life stopped. I now feel your pain. Just know at Morgan & Morgan, we got your back. I understand. Morgan means more.
Morgan & Morgan, Ohio office located at 600 Vine Street, Cincinnati. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And of course, you know me. I'm Wilson from that other window place.
Are you starting to get recognized from these ads, Wilson?
Yep. Folks are really liking the idea of home-changing windows and superior performance and 5 different lines to fit any budget.
That kind of sounds like Pella's thing.
Oh, yeah, it is. They recognize me, but then they ask for your business card. So, that's neat.
Get the windows that Columbus homeowners rated the leading window brand at PellaColumbus.com.
A system for every home and every budget at Logan AC and Heat Services. Get a free Trane furnace with the purchase of an air conditioner. And don't forget about our 10-year parts and labor warranty available now. Logan Services.
Can you smell it? No, not that. It's tournament time, baby. Catch exclusive coverage of the unveiling of both the men's and women's NCAA tournament.
Live Sunday, March 15th from 6 to 9.
Your home for the madness. The Fan.
Forget the pot of gold. Save some green at Coghlan Chevrolet. Lease a new 26 Chevy Trax, $169 a month. New 26 Equinox. Lease for $229 a month. Or lease a new 26 Silverado, $359 a month. Visit CoglinChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive.
Coghlan has the car for you.
39-month leases. Silverado 36-month lease. $39.99 due at signing plus tax, title, and license. 10,000 miles per year. 25 cents per mile over. See dealer for details. Ends 3/31/26.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If your garage floor has stains, cracks, or even the dreaded bad epoxy job, maybe one you tried to do yourself, maybe one you paid for and it didn't work out, it can make your entire garage look bad. Let's be honest about it. And maybe those botched garage floor coatings that you've had in the past have put you off of ever getting it fixed. Well, my friends, let me tell you, the people at Comer & Cross Concrete Floor Coatings want you to know there is a fix out there. They can make your garage floor gleaming, glistening, look like a new car showroom. You call Comer & Cross at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, and they will come out with their pros, no subcontractors, and install a gleaming new Comer & Cross garage floor in just one day. Yeah, this floor is guaranteed to never chip, crack, or even show tire lift like epoxy or paint can. Never going to have that problem with Comer & Cross. Call them today, 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. It's that easy. 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, or you go to comercross.com. That's C-O-M-E-R cross.com. Get a new garage floor with Comer & Cross Concrete Floor Coatings today.
The Fan Poll is sponsored by JT's Pizza and Pub, home of award-winning pizza and 32-ounce Yingling drafts for only $4. Tell the truth with Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by McDaniel GM Superstore. Driving excellence since 1916. Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
All right, before we start Tell the Truth, I'll ask you guys this. So we're going to be waiting the Aaron Rodgers stuff, right? Eventually it'll happen, whether he retires, goes to another team, or goes back to Pittsburgh. And they were doing some thinking about who would be the quarterback in Pittsburgh. And somebody wrote on the NFL Network that this quarterback is a fallback option for the Steelers if they don't re-sign Aaron Rodgers.
Tua.
No.
Geno.
No.
Phillip Rivers.
No, but you're getting warmer.
Oh, okay.
It's Anthony Richardson.
No.
I think we got to go older.
Colder.
I think we got to go older because when I said Phillip.
Derek Carr.
Colder.
So we got to go with a real unk here.
You said warmer with Phillip Rivers. I gave you his teammate in Indianapolis, and I gave you another retired quarterback.
Well,
and apparently those are both colder.
Maybe when I give you this name, you'll say, "Oh yeah."
Hold on, no, we can figure this out. TLC.
Gunnar Rivers.
No,
just committed to NC State, right?
Yeah.
Last year he was a starting quarterback to start the
Joe
season.
Flacco.
That's right. Joseph Flacco, 41.
Can I get
best remembered?
On your seventh guess?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he's.
What do you mean? I got it right.
Theme music is a first guess basis.
No.
It's my theme music, and I want it now.
Flacco is that. No. Steelers
41 years old. They're saying, here it is, Andrew Filipponi of 93.7 The Fan
Andrew
in Pittsburgh.
Filipponi is a jackass and doesn't know what he's talking about.
Wow.
Please continue.
Dang.
No. He puts out fake reports on purpose to engagement.
NFL Network reports that Joe Flacco is a fallback option for the Steelers if they don't re-sign Aaron Rodgers.
I'm with Fitzy. If you're going to go down that route, just see what Will Howard has. If Aaron Rodgers tells you no, then Flacco, we know what that looks like. Like, go down that path of seeing what Will is. I would honestly rather roll the dice on an Anthony Richardson, maybe even Tua at that point.
Finger? Did that heal up okay on Will? Will the Thrill? Didn't he have a broken?
He did. He did. And so, I'm guessing that's okay at this point. But, yeah, Flacco, we're good on that as a starter. I think they should be out on that. What do you think?
100%.
Like, would you rather?
You're not going. The goal in Pittsburgh is not to win more than you lose. It's not. It's to find a future at quarterback.
Yes, 1,000%.
I mean, it would be cool to have him kind of complete the cycle of the AFC North, but no thanks. I wouldn't mind just having him on the roster.
And starting with Will?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because at some point,
so use him the way the Browns used him.
Basically, and so, I don't even care which one you start with because they're both probably going to play if you had a quarterback room. In fact, if Mason Rudolph is in there, you're probably playing all three at some point. And so if it gets to that point, I wouldn't mind having him in there. I wouldn't want him as the number one option. I think that he's a capable backup. There are a few capable backups out there who would interest me.
Let me ask you this as a Steeler fan. Would you
Mariota being one of them.
Would you rather have, if I present you these two options, who you rocking with, Rodgers or Tua?
Rodgers.
Interesting. I'm taking Tua.
The same price?
Sure.
More runway with Tua. Maybe you find a way.
I'd rather have Tua right now.
Yeah, I would too. I just know your ceiling with Rodgers is it's just not much, right? Although he'd get Pittman now.
Sure, but I still think.
But I mean,
it's limited.
We're making a bigger deal out of Pittman than he actually is.
The bar is just low.
46 yards a game last year
for all the guys that we're talking about.
Their quarterback situation was a little up and down.
And what's ours?
I'm just saying that he's probably a better talent than.
And he also, in the pecking order, I think slid down a bit with Tyler Warren came in there, right? It's like Tyler Warren's a dude, Pierce is a dude, and JT is still a beast at running back. So I like this pickup for you guys in Pittsburgh, though. It's better than Calvin Austin. You know what I mean? Like, you'd rather have Michael Pittman than a Calvin Austin right now.
Like winning. You know, like it's a lot better than losing.
Preferably.
Movie?
I thought you guys would get it.
Not my thing anymore. It never was.
How this got pawned off onto me, I don't know.
Because you knock it out of the park.
I get one And now it's, TLC, this is your job now.
Your gig, bro.
It really is.
Folks.
Sorry, I beat him up for so many years.
Or a decade.
I found a new Boppo the Clown.
Here's the lesson that everybody should be taking away.
Yeah.
Do not be successful at your job because you're only going to inherit more responsibility. Be adequate at best.
Oh.
If you know movie trivia, just tank the answer so that way you're not expected.
Yeah.
Nothing's expected.
I thought
of you
maybe
next
there's a
time.
little more deeper meaning in that. I don't know if that even went movie. I thought that may have been something that.
Oh, no.
I got a text from one of my homies that said, if nothing else, at least two of his teammates will get along with him. I don't know if that's a shot at Rodgers, maybe?
Rodgers loves his teammates.
I don't know.
I think that's one of the most overrated things.
What?
I mean, Greg Jennings being one of them and maybe Garrett Wilson, but I think Aaron Rodgers is actually very well liked by a lot of his teammates. I think because Aaron Rodgers is disliked by a lot by media and fans, I think people just assume that his teammates don't like him, but I don't know, man. Like he goes to Churchill Downs with like 10 of his former teammates. He's tight with AJ Hawk. He's the Rasul he was waxing poetic for like 10 minutes about Rasul Douglas, who none of us can pick out of a lineup after the Dolphins Monday Night Football game. Like,
okay,
I think Aaron Rodgers gets along with his teammates.
Let's be honest. He has friends.
Yeah.
Okay. He probably has some people that don't like him too. I'm sure it's mixed. I'm sure his relationships with his teammates is probably not 100% universally loved and respected.
I think there's a lot of guys like that, for sure. For sure. Hey, before we go, you miss anything from our show, don't worry. You can always catch up wherever you get your podcast. All you have to do is type in Rothman and Ice. Everything we do from noon to 3, we'll be waiting there for you. Subscribe to the podcast as well. Common Man and Timmy coming up next. They will talk the now former President Carter news coming out of Ohio State, and Jason Stark will join at 5:30.
All right, we'll hit you tomorrow for a 3-hour show starting at noon. Thanks for listening. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
I was happy to beat everybody associated with the Jet.
T-Bone and Tybus are everything you want in a delicious breakfast. Lots of empty calories, no nutritional value.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 9.
The Fan.